Now, raccoons don't have the best reputation, mainly due down to the fact that they are so adaptable. They are one of the few species that thrive in urban areas, and are very happy to go through people's garbage. This isn't—
Okay, my friends, but raccoons are everywhere in America. It's such a cute animal. I bet a couple of you guys may have this as an animal pet. This is possible, right? If you get them as babies, not when they are adults.
In Japan, up to 1,500 raccoons were imported as pets each year after the success of the anime series Rascal the Raccoon. Many of these—
What? So see, they can be pets. I was correct on this. Do you guys think Japanese people end up regretting their decision on the raccoon? Today I'll be reacting to 5 of the worst invasive species from the US. My friends, this should be a fascinating one, but before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. It's the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description, and let's play it. Wait, actually one thing, so from what I understand in the title, this means species that are from the US that are invading other countries, other continents, right? I'm actually super curious about this. Suki?
Hello everyone, hope you're doing well, and of course Arnie does too. Now on this channel I've done plenty of videos on invasive species. Normally I focus on a certain location and go through different species that are invasive there. On multiple occasions I focused on the US, as North America does have big problems with invasive species. But North America is also home to some invaders of its own. Plenty of common American animals make great invaders, and have successfully managed to take over many countries around the world. In this video I will be focusing on these species, as I'll be going through 5 of the worst American invaders. And we'll start off with one of the most notorious invasive species, the red-eared slider. Now one of the things that makes this turtle such a successful invader is the fact that it's just so popular. It is the most popular pet turtle in the US, and is the most
Wait, but turtles are that bad? They are such cute animals.
commonly traded turtle in the world. In the wild, this turtle is native to the southern US and also northern Mexico, but as it's such a successful invader, it can now be found in many parts of the US where it isn't native. This turtle got its name because of the red mark behind their eyes, but they are often confused with painted turtles. These two turtles look very similar to each other, but the painted turtles have a flatter carapace. These turtles show a preference for slow-moving water, such as sluggish rivers and lakes. In these areas, they can often be seen
Oh, I don't think this will adapt very well in Europe, for example. But you know what? I always liked turtles because I was such a big fan of Ninja Turtles. Do you guys know those cartoons? I was a big fan of them, and I had turtles when I was a kid as a pet animal.
in groups and tend to bask with each other at the edge of rivers. One of the things that makes these turtles such great invaders is the fact that they have such a varied diet. They feast on a variety of vegetation, as well as aquatic invertebrates, fish, amphibians, and even in some rare instances, birds. This wide diet means that they can survive in many places that other turtles can't. But life for a young red-eared slider is by no means easy. Only around 1% of red-eared sliders reach sexual maturity, as the vast majority of them are picked off by predators. One of the things that made these—
Oh my god, just 1% survives. Oh, that's crazy. Let's run it back actually. Oh, this is so cute. How can this even be an invasive species? Man, I love turtles.
For a young red-eared slider is by no means easy. Only around 1% of red-eared sliders reach sexual maturity, as the vast majority of them are picked off by predators. One of the things that made these turtles such popular pets was the fact that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were revealed to be red-eared sliders. This led to many kids wanting some red-eared sliders of their own, and this—
Oh my god, what are the odds? I talked about this on the video, but I did not know this actually. Wait, okay, sorry, I'm gonna run it back again.
things that made these turtles such popular pets was the fact that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were revealed to be red-eared sliders. This led to many kids wanting some red-eared sliders of their own, and this had major negative effects for non-native ecosystems. As these turtles can live up to 70 years, many people decide that they don't want their red-eared sliders anymore and release them into the wild. These released turtles soon create breeding populations and then become invasive. In Australia, breeding populations have been found in New South Wales and Queensland, and this is bad news for the native turtle species.
What the hell is this turtle? Broad shell river. What? This is like a turtle with a giraffe.
species. The red-eared sliders mature more quickly, grow larger, and produce more offspring than the native turtles, and they are also known to bully the native species. As these turtles are also plant eaters, they can have negative impacts on the native aquatic species, and as they have such a wide diet, they are also known to feed on rare species of frogs. The Queensland government has invested close to $1 million Australian dollars in attempts to eradicate these turtles. These turtles have also been linked to salmonella infections, which causes significant public health costs. It's the same story in northeast India, as these invasive turtles are known to outcompete many vulnerable species of freshwater turtle. So far it's proven to be very hard to control these reptiles, and to this day they're one of
So they can become the dominant turtle? That's kind of crazy.
the worst American invaders. But our next American invader is the
What? The American mink? What? It's so cute, my friends. What the hell is this? No chance this is an invasive species. I mean, actually it is because it's on the video, but so cute.
American
Actually, anyone watching ever saw one of those? I mean, maybe, right?
mink. The American mink is a semi-aquatic species of mustelid native to North America, and like many other members of its family, it's known for being very feisty and can take on prey much larger than itself. These minks are found in most wetland habitats, from rivers and lakes to coasts and marshland. In these areas they are very efficient hunters, and
Holy, never mind about being cute. I mean, still cute, but he's a savage. What?
feed on pretty much
Sorry, kills birds.
to coasts and marshland. In these areas they are very efficient hunters, and feed on pretty much anything they can get their paws on. Now in these videos it is never my intention to villainize certain species. In almost every case humans are behind the introduction of invasive species. It is never the animal's fault that they are introduced into ecosystems where they don't belong, and they are simply trying to survive. This is
I mean, I don't think none of us judge the animals. I understand why he's saying this, but I mean, they are animals, you know. They are all beautiful in their own way, and sometimes, like he explains, we are the ones. Look, if we look at all the animals, we are the worst one. Let's be real. We destroy the planet constantly, so those are fine.
especially the case with the mink, as it has a very
Actually, my friends, leave a like if you enjoy videos with animals, because I can react to more stuff like this. This is a lot of fun, right?
sad
And we learn
backstory.
stuff.
The mink was imported into many countries across Europe in the 1900s,
Italy,
and this was to
Norway.
supply the fur industry. These mink were put straight into fur farms, where they were treated very cruelly. Minks are the most common animal farmed for their fur, and on these farms the workers breed the minks, and then kill their offspring when they are around 6 months of
See what I said about us being the worst animal? This is a fact.
age. It takes around 50 to 60 minks to make a single fur coat, and farmers tend to use the cheapest slaughter methods to kill as many animals as possible. In my opinion, it's crazy that this industry is still alive today, and people should be more aware of where they get their clothing from. Luckily for some of the minks, many of them managed to escape from these fur farms and managed to survive in the wild. They were established in many countries across Europe by the 1950s, and this had major negative impacts on the native species. In the UK, they fed on large amounts of water voles, which are now vulnerable in the UK. They are also known to compete with the native European otters, but in recent years the European otter numbers have started to increase. It is estimated that there are around 110,000 American minks in the UK, and this number could yet increase. In the rest of Europe they also cause problems by feeding on water birds, and also
It's actually crazy how fast they can, populate certain area. It's really fascinating.
competing and preying on the European mink. I've personally seen a few of these guys in the wild, and even though it's not their fault, they are great American invaders. But our next species is the signal crayfish. Now this crayfish has to be one of the most infamous invasive species around the world, because of its ability to easily take over freshwater ecosystems. Now this crayfish is native to the slow-flowing freshwater environments west of the Rocky Mountains. In these areas they are unfussy omnivores, feeding on pretty much anything they can find. Young crayfish tend to feed on invertebrates, whereas the adults show a preference for plant matter. On this diet they can reach a maximum size of around 20 centimeters, which is a pretty impressive size for a freshwater crustacean. Now if you live in certain parts of Europe or Japan, you'll know just how much of a menace this crayfish can be. Here in the UK they have all but taken over the freshwater ecosystems, and can be found in pretty much every river. In many parts of Europe,
Oh, that's actually crazy, my friends. I'm enjoying this video so much because at least myself, I don't think about this type of stuff that often, But see, you just pick a specific species from one region to another, and all of the sudden, not all of the sudden, but if you put in a large context of, history of the planet Earth, it's all of the sudden, they can dominate. This is very interesting.
Europe, the signal crayfish was imported from North America to supply crayfish farms. The crayfish plague had ravaged native crayfish populations, and many farms were losing money. The signal crayfish was seen as an attractive commercial species and could be exported to the lucrative Scandinavian market. Unfortunately, these signal crayfish were a carrier of the plague itself and passed it on to more of the native species. In the UK, they have had a massive negative impact on the native white-clawed crayfish, and also have negative impacts on native fish and frogs. They not only feed on them directly, but also feed on their eggs. If this wasn't enough, they also have a significant environmental impact, as they like to burrow deep into riverbanks, which weakens the bank's integrity and leads to soil erosion. It's thought that this species has caused millions of pounds of damages to this day, and it doesn't look like it's going anywhere soon. But our next American invader is the raccoon. Now, I have featured the raccoon many times on this channel before, mainly due down to the fact that they are such interesting creatures. So they are far more intelligent than they may seem, and they have some pretty impressive tools. As I've been through many times before, raccoons have very special hands. These are ultra sensitive and help them find prey in aquatic environments and also break into people's homes. In fact, in many other languages they are named because of their hands, and their hands really do make them unique. Although the marks on their face make them look like thieves, these marks actually help them see clearly.
Oh yeah, I never thought about that. They look like thieves.
The black fur works just like black stickers on athletes, as the dark colour absorbs incoming light, and this reduces glare that would otherwise bounce into their eyes. Now, raccoons don't have the best reputation, mainly due down to the fact that they are so adaptable. They are one of the few species that thrive in urban areas, and are very happy to go through people's garbage. This isn't...
Okay, my friends, but raccoons are everywhere in America. It's such a cute animal. I bet a couple of you guys may have this as an animal pet. This is possible, right? If you get them as babies, not when they are adults. But they really have bad reputation in America, my friends. Every time I talk about them, a lot of you guys don't like raccoons. Why? I mean, they are so cute.
Just because they're lazy, but because
I'm kind of joking. I understand, because they probably mess with the trash and stuff like that, right?
They're very opportunistic.
So let's run this one a bit back.
The fact that they are so adaptable. They are one of the few species that thrive in urban areas and are very happy to go through people's garbage. This isn't just because they're lazy, but because they are very opportunistic feeders. They are thought to be as intelligent as some primate species, and this allows them to be so successful in urban environments. But today...
Oh my god, that clip, yeah, you can see the ends. What? Damn, this is such an interesting animal. This is not a thing here in Portugal. I mean, all the species, I don't think they are. Maybe the crawfish could be a thing here, I feel like. But other than that, I don't think so.
But today they don't just limit themselves to North America, as they can be found in parts of Europe and Japan. In Germany, they are known as wash bears because of their habit of dousing food in water. 2 pet raccoons were...
Wait, they clean the food? Man, that's smart, actually.
Food in water. 2 pet raccoons were released into the German countryside in 1934, and this was by a poultry farmer who wanted to enrich the fauna. Later on in 1945, 25 raccoons escaped from a fur farm, and these raccoons, along with other escapees, soon created a massive population. By 2012, it was estimated that Germany had more than 1 million raccoons, and today...
And all of this started with what, 2 or 25? I did not understand. I assume it was 2, but then the guy said 25. I'm not sure if they are related with the initial. Oh boy, that's a difficult word. Initial 2. But that's crazy.
Today it's thought that there are even more. In Japan, up to 1,500 raccoons were imported as pets each year after the success of the anime series Rascal the Raccoon. Many of these...
What? So see? They can be pets. I was correct on this. Do you guys think Japanese people end up regretting their decision on the raccoon? Let's see it.
These pets escaped or were released and can now be found in 42 of the 47 prefectures. It's thought that these raccoons cause at least 30 million yen of agricultural damage on Hokkaido alone. Yeah. As well as agricultural damage, they also compete with native species, such as the raccoon dog, as they're so...
Damn, I think that's the most expensive anime ever, because,
cunning and adaptable, it may be impossible to get rid of them. So to this day, they are one of the most successful mammalian invaders. But
Okay. So far, so good. I'm actually enjoying those animals. Nothing that crazy. I was expecting, some type of snake or something. No, those are fine.
Impossible to get rid of them. So to this day, they are one of the most successful mammalian invaders. But our final species is the largemouth bass. Now this predatory fish is one of the most iconic fish in the US.
A fish? Really?
As it's loved by the majority of fishermen. These fish are skillful ambush predators and are known for being
It's kind of ugly, can we agree? It's a fish, but...
very aggressive and very greedy. In their freshwater homes, they feed on many different freshwater species of fish and crustacean, but large specimens are also known to feed on water birds, mammals, and sometimes alligator hatchlings. On this diet, they
No chance. Did I understand this correct? That fish can eat alligators, baby alligators, but still crazy.
In their freshwater homes, they feed on many different freshwater species of fish and crustacean, but large specimens are also known to feed on water birds, mammals, and sometimes alligator hatchlings. On this diet, they can reach a maximum size of around 75 centimeters, which makes them the largest of the black basses.
Damn, it's a big fish. Oh no, this one can be really bad.
This fish is so popular with anglers, many people in other countries want a piece of the market. This is the main reason behind them being imported into other countries, and this is especially the case in Japan. They were first imported by
Japan never gets the good thing of America, even if you look... No, I was about to make a bad joke about... Never mind, actually, sorry. But basically, Japan and America, not the best history. Let's put things that way.
Japanese businessman in 1925, as he thought it would kickstart a fishing craze. Instead, bass fishing did not really catch on, as Japan has a very different fishing culture, and because these bass are such efficient predators, they had massive negative impacts on the native fish species. But it's not just other fish that these bass can endanger, as in Guatemala, the largemouth bass has been blamed for the extinction of the Atitlan grebe. These birds fed on the same prey as the largemouth bass, and when they were introduced into the same environment,
Okay, so basically they had no food. I thought the fish ended up eating the birds. Okay, never mind.
they soon outcompeted these grebes. So although they are a very popular sport fish, they are one of the worst invasive fish in the world.
Okay, this was a nice top 5, let's say, but those two are so cute, and I also love the turtle.
But that's about it for this video. If you have any suggestions for other videos, then let me know down in the comments below. But thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like these. But until next time, goodbye.
And this was really nice. Would you guys agree, my friends? I love to react to animal stuff. I don't do it often, actually. I should do it a bit more. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this with me until the end. Really means a lot. See you guys in the next one. Bye, my friends.